Yeah. Yeah.
Can you just provide us with a tool to cultivate emotional control? And then also, what other solutions does the book talk about?
Okay. Great question. So, on the emotional control side, it's the way everyone has a different approach. My approach is always know the why behind the what. So, a lot of people look at what they do each day and leave out, why do I do that? So, if I overreact and lose my temper or get very frustrated, that's a fact. That's what happened. That's what you did. The control part and the growth part is, now, do you know why that behavior occurred to begin with? And I go, well, Dave, there was tremendous pressure and I was under deadline and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I snapped. And I go, well, why, if you know that happens more than once in your life, why do you keep letting it happen? And so that's the process of self-reflection in the emotional slice, where you start to get to know yourself a little bit better. Meaning, in this method, it's very helpful to go to talk to someone. If you have a professional therapist or someone in the clergy or whatever, that's obviously very helpful. But from an individual standpoint, it's really about the question why. So why do I have some good behaviors? Why does that work? Why do I have these other behaviors that don't benefit me? So if I get feedback, for example, the most common one I deal with in my work is, so-and-so has sharp elbows, in the work environment. They're rude or abrupt, or they can be overbearing. And I never go in and say, you really have to stop that sharp elbow behavior. I always start with, so the feedback is you've got sharp elbows. Yeah, I know, I've heard that. Well, why do you suppose you have sharp elbows? Why do you think you need to be abrupt or short or overbearing? How does that help you? Oh, well, Dave, it doesn't help me. In fact, I wish I didn't do it, but I can't help it. And I go, well, hold on there. Why do you have to do it? There are other ways of handling that same stress. You could hit the pause button and ask people, why do you need this today? Is there any way I could deliver it to you tomorrow? I mean, there's 100 other ways in your emotional life to stay consistent rather than go negative. So in that emotional development slice, the goal is to be consistent and never be too high or too low. So the tool I use is, I'm always going to ask you why behind the what of that behavior. So is that clear, Jason?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense there. And, you also hit on it.